Immersive Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece. We've got the very best.
And above the posters, you'll see how the Universal Globe logo has evolved over the years. And you can compare it to our brand new one for our 100th anniversary. You know, one of my favorite movies of all time is not posted here. You folks might remember this classic from the 1940s.
I have the room ready for you and Mrs. Barrington.
Thank you, Walter.
Did you hear that? Mrs. Barrington.
Not quite, darling, but soon. We are not disturbed for any reason.
Okay, I've got a confession to make, folks. This is not a classic from the 1940s, but it's a classic example of how we use our sound stages to create any interior sets we need for our productions. See, right now we're on the front lawn of Universal Studios. On the left, this is stage 12. That's one of the largest sound stages in the world. Here are some large sets we built inside 12. Right. Recently we taped promos at 12 for The Voice. That airs on NBC. Yeah, we filmed countless TV shows and movies here, including the upcoming feature film Snow White and the Huntsman. That'll be released next month. They filmed on stage 26. Now we're going to turn the corner. Coming up on the left here is stage 25, home of CSI, Crime Scene Investigation. They're also using stages 24, 23, and 22. You'll see those around the corner. And these sound stages are closed sets. They're restricted only to immediate cast and crew members and invited guests. You'll see the Mystery Machine. Might even see Shaggy and Scooby walking around the park later today. Also on the right, you're going to see our new attraction that's going to open later this month. Transformers, The Ride in 3D. Although I have some insider information for you, Transformers, The Ride 3D is in technical rehearsals today. When we get back from the tour, check your digital display boards to see if it's open or not. It'll be open periodically on and off throughout the day. This will be a great way for you guys to get a sneak peek at what could be one of the best rides in the world. 25 for the Paris Opera House sets, for the Phantom of the Opera starring Here's some other creepy characters we've seen in 28. On the left, you'll see stage 27 where they are filming scenes for Weeds. That airs on Showtime. Now coming up on the right side of the trams, you're going to see even more sound stages where we filmed even more television shows, including Parenthood, starring Craig T. Nelson and Lauren Graham. That airs on NBC. You know, Universal is now a part of NBC. We're now NBC Universal. We have a host of cable networks too, like Versus, the E! Network, Sci-Fi, Bravo, Telewindow, the Golf Channel, the Weather Channel, Oxygen, CNBC, MSNBC, NBC.com, and NBC Sports. Just to name a few. A lot of the shows you saw in that clip filmed in the sound stages to the right side of the trail. You might be wondering where all these TV shows and movies come from. You know, a lot of them get started in the little houses coming up on your left. These are production bungalows for some of the top writers, producers, and directors in town. In fact, these bungalows are where you can find the home of Illumination Entertainment. They produced hits like Despicable Me, Hop, and The Lorax. Now back in the early days, these little houses were the dressing rooms to the stars. Stars like Ronald Reagan, James Stewart, Lucille Ball, Rock Hudson, Doris Day, James Cagney, Mr. Potato Head. Yeah, you'll see Mr. Potato Head coming up on your left. Actually, Hasbro has a development deal with Universal. Later this month, we're going to release a movie based on a Hasbro board game, Battleship. Hasbro is really big in Hollywood these days. They did the Transformers movies and G.I. Joe, Rise of Cobra. Yeah, there's Mr. Potato Head on your left. Hey, right next door to Mr. Potato Head, you're going to see the old production offices of Alfred Hitchcock. Bungalow 5195. You'll see Hitchcock's famous silhouette is still painted to the side of the building.
Lou said he could move into that office. I said, no, I can never be in Hitchcock's office. That should be a shrine, a museum.
Very excited just to know that he was there and walk by and know he was in that office. Hitchcock has influenced every director. I saw Hitchcock once walking around the commissary.
Hitchcock had his bungalow on the lot. I used to go see Alfred Hitchcock.
I loved working with him. I highly respect him. He really understood fear and terror. The Birds? That was a really scary movie.
The Birds? Oh, man. That had me looking at crows like for the next 10 years.
Psycho, of course. Vertigo was one of the all-time great masterpieces. Hitchcock was master.
Okay, now we're taking all of you onto our back lot. This is where we film outside, or exteriors. Now, on the back lot, you're going to be seeing hundreds of facades. These are just the fronts and the sides of buildings. Now, if you look really closely, what looks like brick and stone here is just molded plastic, plywood, and other lightweight materials. On your right, you're going to see our New York brownstone street. You might remember it from this scene from Bruce Almighty, starring Jim Carrey.
Grace, the dog! Inside bad, outside good. Inside bad, outside good. Oh, you're done now. Beautiful.
And this is the same road that Marty McFly drove the time-traveling DeLorean up to 88 miles an hour. It sent him back to the future. Welcome to Hill Valley, everybody. You'll see the famous courthouse on the left. Actually, we call this set Courthouse Square. We can make it look like any small town. But of course, it's most recognized for being Hill Valley in the Back to the Future.
It was actually the back lot of Courthouse Square that inspired the entire climax to Back to the Future.
I had scenes up at the clock tower on that ledge. There was a ledge about that wide, and I was standing inside looking at the ledge, and I already had vertigo. I just thought there's no way in the world, no way I'm going to stand on that. I was up there for quite a while. Of course, I had a table.
Okay, now we're going to leave the small town of Courthouse Square in Hill Valley. Around this corner, we're going to be in the big city. We're going to make a right turn onto New York Street. We can make this next set look like any city street in the world. It's been on TV shows like CSI, 24, NCIS, Criminal Minds, How I Met Your Mother, movies like Changeling starring Angelina Jolie, Transformers, Fast and the Furious, Spider-Man 2, Captain America, the First Avenger, and the upcoming movie, Amazing Spider-Man, that's going to be released this summer. Hey, you know my co-host, Jimmy Fallon, he's from New York. That's where he tapes Late Night with Jimmy Fallon. Maybe he can tell us more about New York Street here. Hey, Jimmy!
Hey everyone, welcome to New York! I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. Once got mugged over there by an old woman. Tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey! I'm walking here! I'm walking here! Hey, it's cool guys. I was just, just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
Actually, Peter Jackson did not use our New York Street for filming scenes for King Kong. He actually constructed the streets of New York in his studio at a digital in New Zealand.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I wanted to become a filmmaker. I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up in adventure. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times. Look how the place is. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island, and it's great to have you along for the ride. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, but just have them in your hand because we're about to return to Skull Island.
Hey, don't put your glasses on yet, folks. We want your eyes to get adjusted to this darker area. We'll let you know when to put them on.
Okay, glasses on everybody. We're back in Skull Island.
They use these for what? For what do they use these? For the movie. Night Rider. And this one, Jack.
The Lost World, Jurassic Park and Garden. Back to the Future, you must see this movie, Back to the Future. Fast and Furious. Huh? They use these. Look at this there.
Transformers.
Yes.
Also, if you're on the left side and the driver's side, keep your seats. You don't have a break. We'll let the people behind stand up there.
Clear on the set. Let's see the bullet hits. And go. Smoke. Go. Fire. Go. Okay, we're clear for a full run through. All systems checked. This one's for real, guys, so watch out. And action.
Yes. 미리 방어하셔야 돼요. 그냥
We're going to more dinosaurs. You've been to this kind of place, right? You've been in one place. No, in a movie. In my dream, all water.
Just north of the border is Six Points, Texas. Yeah, we built a lot of classic licenses here. In fact, on this very street, you might remember this one.
जो आज स्ट्रीट पर शूटिंग करेंगे ये सीन भूल हाँ कौन सा है मैकेनिक्स ये शूट ही जो कौन सा मूवी हो भी एक साथ रन पॉइंट करेंगे हाँ मेरा छत तो बोला वो
Yeah, we want to do the animals, na? Yeah, and houses. And that light shows.
And animals are the best animals. Ah, each special effects is learning how they shoot and all that. Like 3D technology. કેટલા કેટલી time નો 10 minutes. અને animal honestly I would like to
Guys, on the right here, this is New York Central Park. It's kind of small, but remember, we only build what the camera needs to see. If we film this park from the front to the back in a close-up, you would just assume this is a very big park. And of course, you Back to the Future fans are going to recognize the Lion Estate signs to the left. Hey, around the corner, just up ahead, you're all going to see a miniature model from Peter Jackson's King Kong. You're going to see this model of the ship, the Venture, as it approaches Skull Island. Now earlier, we saw some of Peter Jackson's computer effects. Miniatures like this are called practical effects. This film won 3 Academy Awards for Best Visual Effects. You'll get to see one of them just around the corner. We'll be using our Red Sea area. We're going to take all of you down to sea level. You'll have the same camera view the film crew had. But we're going to have to part this Red Sea, or we're all going to get wet. Now, I'm going to need everybody's help on this one, okay? Listen carefully, folks. On 3, I need everyone to yell, "Part the waters," okay? Everybody, even the cool people. Even the cool. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Part the waters. Thank you, cool people. What? Hey, look. It worked. It's a miracle. Hey, you folks are pretty good. Okay, you're going to see that miniature model coming up on the left side of the trail. Now again, this is what it looks like. This is what it looked like when they were filming it.
Left side door.
You see, it looks pretty real. Until that duck's watch this. Hey, get out of there. That's a giant duck. Hey guys, on the left here, this is the prop department. This is where we store over 2 million props. We can use props to make our next set look like any Europeans know their village. It's called Little Europe. We're going to drive all of you right through Little Europe. It's on 2 HBO series, Curb Your Enthusiasm with Larry David, True Blood with Anna Paquin. This was Port Royal in the first 3 Pirates of the Caribbean movies. And it's in the Muppets, the new Muppets film. And here's my co-host, Jimmy Fallon. He's going to demonstrate the versatility of Little Europe.
Mi chiamo Jimmy Fallon e ho una grossa bottiglia di vino.
Je m'appelle Jimmy Fallon. Je vais avoir été baguette. Non, Charlie, non! Hallo, ich bin Jimmy Fallon. Ganz Schnitzel. Ich glaub, die steht auf mich.
And coming up on the right side, you're going to see the most historic set of the Universal Backlog. This is the Court of Miracles. It was named after a silent film that shot here, The Miracle Man. It starred Lon Chaney. Since that time, almost every one of Universal's classic monsters has appeared in this square. From films like Frankenstein, Dracula, and the Wolfman. And you'll notice the buildings here are smaller than normal. They were built this way, so the monsters would look bigger than they really were.
When we think of Universal, we think of monsters.
Dracula, Frankenstein,
Wolfman,
Bride of Frankenstein,
The Mummy,
The Hunchback of Notre Dame, The Invisible Man, Phantom of the Opera. Classic films. They're just brilliantly made.
That Frankenstein image, flathead, bald, it's one of the great icons of the world.
That to me was like the essence of the Universal horror film.
I was just mesmerized by these movies.
Boris Karloff, Lon Chaney.
I remember the original Universal Studios Mummy movie really scaring me.
They still ring in our memories now, and we love them.
Ooh, coming up on the right in front of the door, you can see the Invisible Man. Can you see him right there? He's very sad. Did you guys hear the bad news? The Invisible Man broke up with his girlfriend. She said she never wants to see him. Woo, tough crowd here. Moving right along. Hey guys, up ahead of us, this is stage 50. It's our subway station set. Some of you are going to recognize this set. It was in an episode of Bones last season.
Look, they're sweet. You alright?
Look at all the props they brought in here. Benches, trash cans, newspaper machines, advertisement signs for homes. On the right, there's turnstiles. On the left, there's plants and flowers. Danger yet. Looks like we're coming into Amity Island here. This is the town that was terrorized by the great white shark. In Jaws. Guys, that big shark is still out here. We can't catch him. He's 30 feet long. Just keep your eyes open. Oh, there he is. There he is. There's a diver. That diver just came.
That's how they shoot.
I think it's too late. Oh, this is hard. It takes a lot of guts to bring down that. Oh, there they are. Let's look at the pier. I think he's under the pier somewhere. He looks fake, but believe it or not, this shark is more reliable than the one they actually actually used for filming Jaws. Here's director Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, malign shark. The shark was frustrating. It didn't really work all the time. It didn't work hardly at all.
Wherever you were on the island, you could hear the radio waves. They were always saying, "The shark is not working." Repeat, "The shark is not working."
We just waited around. We just waited and waited and waited. The shark worked well enough for a while there and had the biggest hit of all time. So I really owe the shark a lot.
By the way, the shark's name is Bruce. He was named after Steven Spielberg's lawyer. That's a true story. His name is Bruce Raymond. And did you guys see Finding Nemo? Did you notice? Recently it's been on The Minimalist and CSI. Right now they're getting this old house ready for a new TV series, Mockingbird Lane. So it looks like the Munsters are back in town. You'll see them getting this set already. Hey, you're going to see a lot of famous houses up ahead. We'll be turning left onto Wisteria Lane from ABC's Desperate Housewives. Now folks, Wisteria Lane is a cul-de-sac. We're going to drive into the end of the street, then we're going to turn around and drive you down the other side of the street. And here we are.
If there is one thing everyone in suburbia can appreciate, it's a good name.
Here's Gabriella in the clip. Her house is on the left, the second house down. Susan's house is coming up, the yellow house. Now here's Susan in the clip coming out of her house. It's on the left. Here's Bree. Her house is on the right side. And Lynette's house is on your left, the greenhouse, the white trim. Now let's turn around. We're going to drive you down the other side of the street. As we turn, look to the right, you're going to see a pink house. This is where Renee Monroe lives, played by Vanessa Williams. And you know who used to live in this pink house, right? That's where Edie used to live. Poor Edie passed away. Here's our tribute to Edie Britt.
The next morning, Edie Britt decided to announce her return to Wisteria Lane.
Here's Lynette in front of her house. It's coming up on the right, the greenhouse, the white trim.
Okay, you're not going to believe this, but she's back.
Edie, is that really you? You know someone else my age with a body like this?
Well, what happened to your tenant?
Yeah, came into some money and decided to move. We thought, what the heck? Let's move back.
We?
Oh, you don't know. I have a husband now. Really? Whose?
Hey, at the top of this hill, we're going to show all of you another very famous neighborhood. We're going to drive all of you right through Whoville from Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Here's director Ron Howard. He's going to tell you about filming. Again, you'll get to see Whoville on both sides of the tram. It'll be on the left as we approach. Then we're going to make a U-turn, and it'll be on the right side. Okay, here it is on the left. Welcome to Whoville, everybody.
Mr. Grinch.
You're as cuddly as a cactus, and as charming as an eel, Mr. Grinch.
You're a bad banana with a greasy black
Hey, around this corner, it's not such a friendly neighborhood. You'll see the Bates Motel with the Psycho House in the background. Well, guys, that's Norman Bates. That guy's crazy. He killed his mother. Her body's up in the house. Can you see at the top window? Oh, folks, he's got another body. Everybody, just be still. Don't move. I think he saw us. Hey, he's got a knife. Yeah, let's get out of here. He's going towards the back cars. The guy back there. He's still looking at us. He doesn't want us going by the house. As we drive by the house, look at the top window. You'll see Norman's dead mother out there. Up ahead, there's another disturbing scene. This is the airplane crash site set. Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds, starring Tom Cruise. This is all that remains of the neighborhood after the Martians attacked. On your left, that's a real plane. It was destroyed just for this scene. Hey folks, we're going to stop the tram here. Feel free to stand up, move around, get some pictures. This set is a great example of the job of the production designer. For War of the Worlds, the production designer was Rick Carter. Here's Rick Carter and Steven Spielberg. They're going to tell you more about this set.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision that Steven had.
And for them to sit down to talk about War of the Worlds, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Keep your eyes on me. Eyes on me. Listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Now close. Bobby, get in. Get in.
Guys, on the right side, you're going to see a house that's in a lot better shape. This is the log cabin that was featured in The Great Outdoors, starring Dan Aykroyd and John Cleese. As we turn, look behind the cabin, you're going to see a huge green rectangle. This is Falls Lake. You fill in the front area with water. Then we can replace this green backdrop with any computer backdrop. And with a close-up, we can make this look like an entire ocean.
Yeah.
Here's how it looks in Jaws the Ridge.
Falls Lake.
See the clouds there from the background? It was featured in the latest Pirates of the Caribbean movie on Stranger Tides. It's an Wanderlust starring Jennifer Aniston. And it's going to be in the upcoming movie. Folks, it's dark and scary, and we have children. Just get a quick picture from the right. It'll be on the right side. Also, it's haunted. When we go over, we was filming a commercial here 3 days ago. We haven't seen her since. Yeah, there's the town. Just get a quick picture. It's on the right. We're going to go to the left, so we don't have to go on that scary. Guys, we took a wrong turn. We're going on the mummies too. It's dark and scary in here. I want my mummy. Ooh, look what's coming up on the right here. Scarab beetles. These bugs eat flesh. I don't like this. Wait, something's happening here. The walls are moving. I think we disturbed the mummy's tomb. Just hold on, everybody. If you feel dizzy, just close your eyes. Now you know how your socks be all over the dry. We gotta get out of here. It's Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi, open the door. The bugs are attacking us in here. Open the door!
This is not good.
Oh, there's one on my leg. Folks, if you feel bugs on you, swat them away! And we all survived the studio tour. We're about ready to conclude the Universal Studio Tour. Make sure you have your belongings with you. Annual pass holders, we'll see you again soon. If you're not an annual pass member, find out how you can become one by visiting the Hollywood Ticket Outlet. There, you can upgrade today's ticket into an annual pass and come back all year long. On behalf of our driver, Mike, and myself, we hope you folks enjoyed your behind-the-scenes Hollywood access. And we hope you enjoyed your 100 years look back at moments and memories at Universal. And we hope you enjoy the rest of your day at Universal Studios